in most cases, it would affect your leadership in terms of maybe like objectivity, because they're your friends, and like you've already said, maybe you usually sided with students more. So did you succeed in like in your role as a head boy, in spite of this? Yeah.
Oh yeah, because that school every year there was a major strike. During those 2 years, none.
Ooh, that is success. That's a big deal.
Yeah.
Wow. So what was your like mantra? What was your principle?
No,
This
just,
friendship.
just get along with people, listen to them.
Welcome back. Before the break, we were being told about how Wilfred really wanted to join a boarding school, but because life is life, kajipata in a day school in Ruiru. So this is that story. Let's continue. So you were talking about how you ended up not liking school life because of that commute.
Yeah, it was a hassle because like waking up early, getting to transport, sometimes you would want to get into a matatu, they say no, we were to baby students.
Oh my God.
Yeah, so it was,
Shucks.
it was a terrible time.
Did you ever have to walk?
No, not really. Because it's far. I mean, from Ruiru to Juja is quite far.
Very.
Yeah. But I think there was a time there was a matatu strike, and we had to walk back from Ruiru.
Okay. I'm curious. Maybe take us through a day in your life, like with time included. How early did you have to wake up? And
so my mom used to go to work. Sometimes she would do 2 shifts, one in the early morning and one afternoon. So 1 week she's leaving at 5:30 a.m.
Wow.
So of course before she leaves, she'd need to wake you up or leave, at least make tea or whatever. But then I grew up pretty fast, so I would be the one now, making tea for the rest. And once you do, you prepare. So I usually would leave the house around 6 to be at the stage by 6:30, 6:15, 6:30. To board the matatu, because you have to be at school by I think 7:15.
oh wow.
So 7:30 in the morning. There was usually like a prep time for like an hour, and then now classes start.
Interesting. Well, hey.
I remember when boarding school that time in the morning, we actually used to wear shorts at between Form 1 and Form 2. When we were switching to Form 2 is when they now allowed us to wear trousers. But Form 3 and 4 used to wear trousers. So it's just Form 1 and 2 that used to wear shorts. And it was not fun. And especially after you've come from primary school wearing shorts, you want to feel like you've grown up. Some schools have already adopted, like other schools, other boarding schools have already moved to trousers. And so trust me, the education system is slow to adopt.
Very true. Very true.
It took a while before they said, can you imagine men being not allowed to wear trousers?
I can imagine the baridi, even just the look and feel.
Exactly.
Like that's why in some national schools, to punish you, they make you wear shorts for a different color.
It wasn't fun. It wasn't fun.
So now, how does because you don't like school, of course it affects how you show up. So how did this affect how you showed up?
So I would say Form 1 and Form 2, I really didn't perform very well. I got into a lot of trouble. I think that was the first time my parents were called to school.
Oh, wow.
After, I don't remember what we did, but that was the first time. And it wasn't fun. But then again, we used to be kicked out of school because of school fees a lot of the time. So first week, basically delay going to school because there's no school fees. You wait until, so everyone has gone back to school, boarding school, so it's just you roaming around. And then when you decide to actually go, the first 1 week, you haven't paid school fees out. So you go back home.
Oh my God. How much was your school fees at this time, just to paint a picture?
It wasn't a lot. I think it was like 25,000 bob or 30,000 bob per term.
Wow.
Because it's a government school, it's a day school. It wasn't a lot, but it wasn't available.
Very true. Yeah, because I was even to ask about your fare. You mentioned it was 5 bob in the morning and 5 bob in the
5 bob in the
evening.
morning, 5 bob in the evening, and then of course you have to eat something. So like 10 bob, 15 bob.
For lunch.
At that time, the food, I mean, there was like a cafeteria that only served githeri, mandazi, half bread. You know that that time a half bread would be cut into two.
Yeah.
So you actually getting a quarter. Yeah, and maybe like an avocado and githeri.
And 15 bob gets you that.
Yeah,
Wow.
It was enough. Or a soda or whatever. Yeah.
A soda.
Soda was like 5 bob.
Hey, boy. Hey, you guys were having it good, but then I also understand the finances at that time was really constrained.
Oh yeah, can you imagine? That amount every day.
Yeah, I can honestly imagine. So yeah, this is the situation at home and at school, and you're struggling. You're finding it hard to maybe work hard and show up well in class. So, but the way from how you're framing your story, it's like something happens in Form 3. Is it the trousers?
No, actually. So when I was in Form 2, there was this teacher who took a liking for me, and she actually noticed there's something, maybe my character, or so she actually made me one of the prefects in Form 2. So of course, when you're made a prefect, you now have to behave. Yeah. You have to make sure all your students in your class, make sure they clean the class in the morning. There's basically they can't show that you're not working. I wasn't that snitch type of prefect. I was now actually the other guy who was always on the student side. But then just telling them, as long as you don't put me in trouble, we're good. So actually that made me now reform from being, a hard-headed and start now, because now you're constantly at the staff room, speaking to teachers. The headmaster is also calling you into the office once in a while, so you're interfacing between the admin and the students. Yeah, exactly.
Oh, that's amazing. It's interesting because it's like the oldest trick in the book. Even me when I teach, the easiest way to correct people is to hold them up to a higher standard. Yeah, so that's interesting. So that's all it took for you to have a turnaround.
Oh yeah, that's for sure. And then in Form 3, when we got into Form 3, I was made the deputy captain or head boy.
Oh wow!
And then in the second semester or second term, the Form 4 did something to a teacher, so they were all chased. Oh. So when they came back, whoever was the head boy could not continue. So now I was the deputy or assistant. So I was told now you have to also manage the Form 4.
Oh, how was that responsibility like, managing people older than you?
It was tough because they were big boys. Yeah. And these guys are from Gedurai, Ruiru, Thika. And that time there was it was quite rough. The guys were rough.
I can imagine.
They were rough.
Did you succeed?
But then we were friends outside school.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because that time, there was jam session. You don't know. Yeah, so there was jam sessions every, Saturday or every Sunday. So we would be with them,
Well, what are those, maybe for people who don't understand? What are
Funkies for teens, basically, every Sunday afternoon.
Yeah. What's the location?
So either Thika or Ruiru.
So was there like an organizing party?
People used to come all the way to what they call F2. Yeah, the industry started. Like the music industry was thriving. There was competitions, dancing competitions, rap battles, singing competitions. It was happening.
So these were organized by people in the music industry.
Yeah. No, actually, the clubs themselves would organize these things.
So they were happening in clubs.
I would say maybe that was also my introduction to the entertainment and creative industry.
Wow.
Yeah, because then, but of course, my parents would not know that I went. So.
So they were not for minors.
No, they were for teens.
But
and
teens
they would
are minors.
end 8 p.m.
Oh, so they are for minors.
2 to 8 p.m.
So, but you've mentioned clubs. Are they happening in clubs?
Yeah.
And they're for...
In Thika, Vibe Star, or Blue Posts. In Nairobi, F2 was the main one. Yeah, so people would travel from all over to just come for those gigs.
Did they know minors are coming into these events?
No, they were allowed to.
Oh, they were allowed to, but they were not selling alcohol to them.
No.
Awesome.
It's just a jam session.
Oh, interesting. Yeah. Let me write that down. I'll Google it later. This is so interesting. So you'd go for jam sessions with these Form 4s?
Yeah, so we are hanging out with them. So when we meet, school days, then we need to be, remember, we're pals outside, so don't put me in trouble.
Yeah.
And some of them were really, I would say, not interested in school. So they would just come to hang out in school. So they would, they were in class, they were bad performers. You would find them in the toilet smoking weed. But then again, there was still, people,
cool
maybe
peeps.
their interest was somewhere else, but
True.
yeah.
Yeah. I completely understand. Most people usually have maybe like a turnaround later. So I completely get that. Now, I'm curious, you've heard of this phrase, birds of a feather. So how was their character not affecting you? Ama, was it affecting you? It's just that you maybe wore different uniforms and you had a different posting in school.
Yeah. Again, I think my grandma always said that you shouldn't remember where you or who you are and where you're from. So character-wise, you always remember. I guess it's that conscious thing. Yeah, this is not for me.
Yeah.
So you need to stay away from some things. Yeah, no, don't go too far. So I used to hang out with these guys, but I never was indulging in these things.
Yeah.
But I was there.
Yeah. So didn't you have that high school curiosity? People, especially for boys, most of the cases of dropouts or the things that is plaguing young boys in high school is maybe drug abuse. For young women, it's young girls rather, it's pregnancy and things like that. So were you not curious?
The grounding at home is what really matters.
Yeah,
because that puts the right conscience in you, and you can tell where if you go this far, this is too far. So you always have that that capability to say, no, this is wrong. This is the right thing to do. Or this is too far for me. Let me walk away.
Yeah. So now my next question, in terms of leadership, you're leading people who are older than you, one. The second thing is you already have a rapport with these people. In most cases, it would affect your leadership in terms of maybe like objectivity, because they're your friends, and like you've already said, maybe you usually sided with students more. So did you succeed in your role as a head boy, in spite of this?
Oh yeah, because that school every year there was a major strike. During those 2 years, none.
Ooh, that is success. That's a big deal. Yeah. Wow. So what was your mantra? What was your principle?
No,
this friendship.
Just get along with people. Listen to them. Take their issues to the admin. You discuss with them. Tell them now we can try and solve this way. And let me talk to these guys. Yeah, and we would find a way to work it out.
Interesting. Yeah. Let me write that down. Guys, I'm learning. So
negotiation skills.
Exactly. Exactly.
Some of the things people used to strike, or either when, let's say, most schools, it was either food, transport, or sports, or some. It's not things that can be solved. It's just that the admin says no, we can't, and then the students then we'll deal. Yeah. But then if you find a way to resolve or negotiate, then it's possible.
Oh, that's amazing. I hope they have a photo of you framed somewhere. My next question is, so jam session is happening. At the same time, you have this leadership responsibility, and then whatever is going on at home, because there's always something going on at home. How are your books?
I wasn't performing badly. I can't say now, because again, also because of all these other responsibilities, I had too much, so I was barely studying. Then around the same time, I think after the first, from one, there was a barber shop so I grew up in Moshada, the slum, right? And then, but a lot of students would come to like get their hair done and whatever, or go to changa dance. So we also became friends with those students, the university students. So between visiting them, playing basketball with them, playing football with them, you know, hanging out at the barber shop, at the changa dance, you kind of start rubbing shoulders with more mature people.
Yeah.
So that helped a lot. And then I decided, you know what, this thing, you know, cutting hair is not too hard. Yeah. So I started trying it out when I was in Form 1.
Oh.
Yeah. So my days were pretty packed. So weekdays, evening, maybe I'll jump into the barber shop, maybe when I come home early. If there's a customer or two, I'll deal with them. Over the weekend, Saturday, once I do my chores at home, then I'm at the barber shop. That's where I would get my money for jam session. Sunday morning, I would wake up very early at the barber shop. But then 2 o'clock, I'm out. Jam session.
That's amazing.
Yeah,
That's
and Monday
amazing.
back to school.
I like that, because I think even working and also being exposed to these mature people, then it explains your grounding. In as much as you're exposed to all these other negative things and maybe things that would lure you, now I understand like mbono ulikuwa umesimama to that degree. And then again, working with like a vision in mind, you have jam session you want to make money for. So of course, lazima ujisukume uende pale. Uende kwa kinyozi.
And there's no better school than a barber shop. Trust me.
Oh, I had not considered that.
There's no better school. School of life.
Yeah. Explain.
You hear everything. You know, grown-ups talk about stuff, life, you know, everything.
Oh my God.
Yeah, so they treat you like one of them. They treat you like a grown-up.
What are the greatest lessons you learned from there?
Well, just how to treat people, you know, respectful. Yeah, just being able
of course,
to,
there's the
especially even when people who are older than you come and say, you know, I want you to do my hair, but you look like a young boy. So you also have to converse with them in that, you know, mature conversations.
Skills.
Exactly, yeah. So all those things I think helped me along in life.
Yeah. But there's that side, yes, maybe just from the mere exposure of it, there are things that you're learning on the job. But then I'm curious, like you said, the conversations that you hear. So is there like maybe an outstanding conversation you had that changed the way you think about life?
I would say maybe the way something that people say, like when you speak some things to your kids, if you speak great to them, it gets to them as well. They start feeling, oh, so I can be someone, you know.
Positive affirmation.
Yeah, so I remember there was someone who gave a story of like how he encourages his kids, you know, to be, you know, to be anything they want to be. Yeah, and for me, there was not that encouragement. Except for mostly my grandma and my mom and whatever, you know, like you need that people telling you, you know, you could be, you have everything you can to be who you want to be. Yeah, affirmations.
Wow. Yani, please take your kids to intern in barbershops. For real, I can see how positively affirming that is. I completely get it, because you know, men have this ongoing, is it a joke or something, where they usually talk about how, oh, you can't cheat on your barber. They treat like the barbershop like it's church, you know, because maybe the
conversations that go on there.
Exactly. So I can imagine, how impactful that was for a young man growing up there.
Sure.
That's amazing. So now it's KCSE. How do we do?
I didn't do well enough to make it to university. Yeah, but I could make it to college.
That's amazing. I usually joke. I've repeated this joke.
But I don't think I've ever, you know, that time I think, again, also, you know, like especially if you don't believe in yourself enough to know that, you know, I can do this. Again, you look at yourself like, college is good enough for me. But, you know, again, it's not like you can't. It's just the situation. Like I said, my life was busy. So I barely really had time to really study.
Yeah, I completely understand. And then even as this story continues, you're going to realize that how, to a certain degree, almost inconsequential that ends up being. Yeah, like growing up, being in the system and being a child there, like it's the thing that's glued to you the most. Oh, you have to get this grade so that you can go to university, so that you can have a life. But then I think it all comes down to you as a person. There are doors that are going to open for you, and depending on how well you utilize those opportunities and how you show up in the world, then that's what dictates exactly how your future goes. So when we come back, now we are getting into the university chapter or the post-uni chapter, post-high school chapter. This is where your passion becomes a profession, where creativity finds direction. This is ADMI.